This is the Solaris 40 Open, and I think you'll agree it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the shape of this. It's a beautiful looking boat. It's one of those boats that pretty much from whatever angle you're at, so even if you stand right at the stern like this and look straight at it, it still looks great. It's a lovely, lovely looking thing. Let's come around this side as well. There we go. That's a nice bit of kit, isn't it? It's very much your sort of day boat, weekender. You know, you've got your apartment in Palma and you've got this in the marina for a great day out, but it does have overnighting accommodation as well. We're going to step on board, but I just mentioned back here, this little chap here is steps that power out and then can either be steps up to the quay or steps down into the water. You'll also notice this on out drives. You can see them down here, so very sporty performance because it's very sharp handling. So we're going to step on here. Got the big sunbed at the back, as you can see. There is a shade that can come out from the hardtop and come right back here. That's what these sockets at the back and the corners are for, so they will support it. So if you want to shade this area on a really hot day, you can do. And then there's this big sunbathing area here, and you can make that even bigger, in fact, because this seating area, this backrest will hinge like that, and you can make that even larger. Look at that. That's a nice place to be on a nice day, isn't it? Table here, and this one folds up. You can see we've got the other side folded up. It just lifts like that. It's got supports underneath it. And then you've got this seat here. If we move Maggie back, so I recline on the sunbed, this one does exactly the same. You can either have the seating facing the table, or when you're underway, you can lift that like so. And then you've got forward-facing seating. That's a nice touch. And then you've got the bar area here. So underneath this one is sink and the barbecue. And there are a load of fridges along here. 1, 2, 3 fridges here, plus, just in case that's not enough, there's another fridge in there. And then this is storage along in places like this, glasses or whatever else you want to keep in there. And bins in there as well. Thusly, I like these little pin lights they've put in. You can see these little silver fellows down here, so they light the whole deck at low level. And I love this along here as well, and the way the boat curves across. It's a very sexy looking boat. This is the hard top, and you've got speakers in here and lights and all that kind of stuff. And if you come around here, pop-up cleats, so when you're not using them, they're out of the way and they lift up when you want to use them like that, with the Solaris power embossed on them. And then look at these lovely helm seats across here. It's very nice, isn't it? These are all drop bolsters, so you can sit on them like that, or if you want to stand at the helm, you pop them up and lean against there. And the helm itself is here. Now it looks like it's got an IPS controller. In fact, it is joystick control, but it's joystick control of those out drives that we saw. There's a bow thruster on this one as well, which always helps on a longer boat. You've got the multifunction displays here. That one there's a chain counter, so when you put your chain out, you can see exactly how much is out. And then all your switch gear is neatly incorporated along here. Steering wheel, of course, just here, and a grab handle there, which is probably nice thing to have because it's a fast boat. So that is that area. Let's press on forward a little bit further. There we go. I've just switched the lights on in the T-top so you can see them. They're all around the edge here and around here. Excellent. This is what these cleats look like when they're up, but the other thing you've got here is the fenders are on little clips. You just unclip them, push that down and lift them out. So that's how they secure. In fact, there isn't one on here, so I can show you how it works. There we go. So you tie your fender onto there. When you want to use it, you pop it in there like that. We'll head on forward again. Big sunbathing up here. Again, it's all so organically curved. It's a very pretty boat. Then we'll come right up to the bow, and the anchor is semi-concealed. In fact, you can see it just there, so it pulls right in under the stem. This one here, if we open it, has the anchor winch. It's also an absolutely massive locker, and in fact there's a little bar. I don't know whether we can see this very easily. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. This little thread along here, see it's got little dots in it. That's so that those anchor clips that we saw can clip into there. So your anchors can drop in there and you can clip them into place. And that is the control for the anchor winch. Oh. There we go. Close that one up. Here's pop-up cleats again, that was obviously in the up position. If we come right up to the very bow, try not to topple in backwards, you see what I mean about every angle on this boat is a good angle, isn't it? That's fantastic. Okay, let's go and have a look at the interior and then we'll finish up with the engines. So if we come back down here, we can spin on round and this will take us down to the cabin. It's all open plan down here, so it is the kind of thing you might just want to just come down for a nap in an afternoon, or you might want to just have a weekend on it. You're probably not going to buy this as a serious cruising machine. It's much more a fun boat, isn't it, for, as I say, those weekends away, those fast blasts around the island. What else have we got down here? In here is some of the switch gear, so you can operate things like the batteries. So the service batteries are on, the engine batteries are off. If you want to turn them on, you just hit these fellas here. You might have heard those clank into life, so that's ready for engine starting. We'll turn them off because we don't want to do that at the moment. And then you've got obviously circuit breakers for things like instruments and windlass and horn and all that kind of stuff. So you can switch everything from there. And that one down there is a 230 volt, so your shore power. And genset control down there, so that controls your generator. We've got little bits of storage about the place, like this. And there's a stereo head unit down here again as well. And a nice big double bed there. That one over there is a bit of storage with a hanging rail in. But you've also got two beds down here. So that's a nice little cabin. Great place for the kids actually, isn't it? Fantastic. Cool. Okay, let's back up a little bit and I will show you the heads. That's in here. So you've got the basin there, and then you've got the shower and the toilet in this one. So that just opens up like so. There we go. Bit more storage, and the loo roll down underneath there. All very important. And a mirror for a very important wife. Okay. That, I think, concludes the interior. It's just engines we need to talk about now, isn't it? Let's come back out of here. Oh, sun's coming out. How pleasant. And we'll loop around this side. And then we'll wander back here. So, they twist. And that opens. And in we go. And this is the engine space. It's a reasonable size once you're in. It's a little bit tight to squeeze yourself down that ladder, but once you're down here, it's all fairly get-atable. Those are a pair of Volvo Penta D6 440 horsepower engine. They're straight six, turbocharged and supercharged. And they're going to give you about 41 knots flat out. So 40 plus knot performance, cruising, 25 to 30, that sort of area. Range typically 300 miles. But yeah, fast boat. What else have we got down here? Fuel filters down here. The tank itself is down here. And I'm leaning against the generator. That's behind me. There we go. Like so. Superb. Fire system is down here. This is automatic, but there is a manual activation from outside. That's what that wire there is for. So people sometimes see these and think, we've got a fire, you wouldn't want to come down here. Well, no, you wouldn't, and you wouldn't need to. Hot water system is in here as well, and so forth. Brilliant. Okay, let's come back up out of here. There we go. Okay, going to drop that one back down. And I'm going to head up to the bow. So I am going to finish up here. It's been a long day. I'm going to finish up here at the bow and say massive thanks to Marina Barbea. They've organised this tour for me. Huge thanks, of course, to you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of that one, but I think that's a really, really pretty boat. We'll catch you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.